What's the limit of that size? Can I put like a...
It's fun, man.
What kind of racism is there in South Africa?
It's all around like cultures.
Yeah, it's true.
Too much.
But that's not racism. I think it's prejudice.
Yeah, probably.
But then I do agree with her when she says there is racism amongst the black people only. Because when I approach a guy who's a Sotho person and I'm a Xhosa girl, and then I come up to him and I speak my language, he's got a problem with that.
No. That's not racism. It's prejudice. It's against. It's
racism
between two black people.
Racism is a kind of prejudice.
Yes.
Halfly.
So would you say it's more about prejudice?
I think it's more.
Racism is not prevalent these days, but it's more about discrimination.
I'll tell you what is going on. This is my opinion.
Yes.
I'll tell you what's going on. What is going on here is that, nowadays everybody's gotten over the fact that there is no racism, no white people taking over, no black people being scared, Indians and colors being divided. No, it's not going on. But then, look here, if I get a white guy who's gonna ask me out, I'm gonna be on some, oh yeah, sure, I'll go out with you. And then it's going to be on some, yeah, so what do you have to say about the fact that I'm white? It's still racism, but then people are trying to play the game politely. It's still here and that's the way it is. It's a truth. It's not going to change. It isn't.
I have a white friend, okay, just met one, Natasha over there. The other day we were walking together by the Mandela Bridge, right? And come across many people, of course, by the Mandela Bridge. And all of a sudden, people were looking at us in a way as if, what is going on? Why are you guys walking with a white girl or whatnot, And it really, I felt really uncomfortable because, we're all human. Besides the whole point, we're all created by the one divine, supreme God, We're all one. And now when people really, they don't really think, they always think about the past. And past is supposed to be about the past. And now it's the future and the present,
Within the black culture, there's certain prejudices like between the different cultures of Xhosa, Zulu and Sotho. But it's not racism like blacks are more racist
it's just
than white. It's more just underlying than it was in the past,
Right, I disagree because I think the older white generation is extremely racist. Still, and they still try to sort of enforce it on their children. Some children are influenced by others, that are growing up in homes that are a bit more open-minded, not at all.
I'm dating a colored girl at the moment, and what I've found is that people, when we're walking together, they look at us kind of funny, and I've overheard people saying, no, they're gonna have cruzado kids, which is like curly hair. But those type of mentalities, it's stupid because I'm living my life like I love this girl, but purely just because of the person, not the skin color or anything like that. And the other thing that she's saying is that people are now grouping up merely because they feel that since I can identify with the colored, since I'm colored, it's best just to stick with my own and do not want to open up to anything else.
I don't think basically we governed more by race and everything. I just think people stick around whatever they're familiar with. Like maybe let's say coloreds will stick with coloreds and blacks because they're more familiar with them and say maybe it's say language-wise and everything. I think we've governed more by socialism, like whatever group you come from, or maybe let's say whatever upbringing you have and whatever monetary value your state, like maybe say the status that you're kind of in.
From my own opinion, I think racism will still be there in South Africa as large, you see. But the only problem is people are still trying to get rid of the racism. Like, for instance, when we look at businesses, like there are things like BEEs, trying to put in more black people in businesses, that instead of having more white people in businesses. And at the same time, when we look at it, if we put in more black people, what about the white people?
What is the BEE? For me, that I don't know.
It was to try and put people with a disadvantaged background, black people that were sort of disadvantaged because of apartheid, to get them into a higher standard of living.
They don't take it because you're black anymore. They take it because you're black and disabled. They take it because you're black and you're a woman. That's what's going on now. This is how I see it.
More rights.
Exactly. They're putting more rights for people who don't really have much going on.
I think sometimes I'm not racist or racist and stuff, so I can't comment on that, because I think if you're qualified for your job, then you're supposed to get the job that you want, not if you're black or you're white or you're colored or Asian. If you worked for that position, then you should get that position.
I think the new generation is generally just more open-minded, and we didn't suffer from the apartheid years, so to us it's not a reality.
Everybody's got a choice, you know, and right now in South Africa, you choose to do something or not to do something. So basically, racism is about your inner being. Whether you want to choose to make a change or you just want racism to be there, you know. And for us here in Cityvarsity, I mean, it's all about choice. If you were racist, or probably your parents have taught you that do not sit with a white person because of this and that. When you get here, you see it differently. You see that white people are just like you know. You made a choice to make friends with white people or colored or Indian, whatever race they may be. So it's about choice.
This chips, lekker.
Lekker.
Lekker. Ja. Ja. Ja,